Let me just start the intro. Hi, my name is Rob Biasotti, Executive Director at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, and this is Dr. Kristen Diaz in my class 2006. Popping the camera over here, BFF. We got BFF Haley King, little cameo, bam, and we got Shalia Muscat, who's last, there she is, boom, getting it done with some tech issues, and the tech people came in and just...
I love the feature.
Yeah, resolved it. So, Kristen's back, Chris and I, again, it's almost been 20 years, crazy 20 years since we've been in the classroom. And then what's even crazier is that we had this, I don't know, Carl Jung talks about it like synchronicity, random events that have meaning. And so it's 2022, 23-ish.
Yep.
And I know that it's not a big deal, but a lot of people follow my Instagram, and you saw that I was in Israel, and then you're in Israel, and also. So tell us about, like, I don't know, tell us about what's going on in your life. Doc, what do you like to be called in this setting?
Kristen.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Dr. Diaz. Just kidding. No, I'm gonna go with Kristen. So go ahead, tell us about, like, what's going on in your life.
No, we're good. We're happy. We are basically, there's a lot of work happening. So I bought a practice in West Palm Beach, and I have a couple people in the practice that I work with, which has been a big adjustment, honestly, because I have never managed a team or a staff or anyone before. So that's been a lot of fun, but also like difficult, to be honest. And yeah, I've had that practice now for a little over a year.
Wow.
I was living in Miami the whole time, working in Miami, and then I moved up when I found this opportunity, because I kind of met the person out of, like, it was kind of a luck deal. Like he was just around at the right time. He wanted to sell, I wanted to buy, and it kind of worked out. Like our values, our morals, like, matched up, and yeah, he's been super accommodating, and he's kind of been like my new business mentor type of deal, where he brings me in and kind of shows me the ropes, shows me how, like, what does it mean to have a good relationship with a referral? What does it mean to retain patients long term? How do you have to act differently, or how do you run a team? There's so much to learn that's beyond dentistry. That is definitely, like, nobody teaches you this. Like, you can go to school for dentistry, you can learn, like, how to do a filling, how to take out a tooth, you can learn how to place an implant, you can do all sorts of these technical items, but the real challenge is, how do you take that and translate that into real life? Like, how do you translate that into practice ownership, or even associateship? Because a lot of times we graduate and we go straight to an associate position. Mm-hmm. And I think that's been the hard part, is trying to be what I call a real life dentist, like not like a school dentist. Mm-hmm. And it's been very tricky. It's had days that are really good, days that are really bad, and everything in between. But ultimately, you know, I love what I do. It's something that I wouldn't do anything else. I kind of found dentistry, and I'm happy and I'm lucky that I did. And periodontics was a very specific specialty within dentistry that I didn't know existed until I got to dental school. And then I was like, hey, you know what? That sounds kind of cool. Like, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see if I like it. And it kind of was, I just got lucky. I really did. I got lucky to find something that I liked. I got lucky to find something that that I really wanted to grow within this field. And I
don't think there's luck. I think it's a bold move, but I just want to, like, talk to you about this, because that was amazing, like, you doing that. But the thing I'm most interested in is when I first saw you at the gate, did you see me guarding my teeth? Because I was trying to give an evaluation of my teeth right away. And she was able to do it because it's almost like that's what she does. But this crazy entrepreneurial, I'm keeping that on camera too. This crazy entrepreneurial zest that you have. So you combine the professionalism of, I'm probably going to pronounce this the wrong way. What is
periodontics?
Coming from the Greek word.
Who knows?
Teeth. Okay, all right. So combining this crazy profession that's like, you have to kind of relate, it's a medical profession, you're a doctor, and then almost like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a Reese's peanut butter cup. You got the chocolate of the of the medical side, and then the peanut butter of the entrepreneurial side. You're just not going one or the other. Like, what did you get from St. Thomas? I know that we talked about your parents and their story, which is amazing, coming over here as immigrants, correct? And essentially creating the American dream for themselves. Right. And that's a beautiful story. But what did you get out of this place that allowed you to have that Reese's peanut butter cups? And I'm not going to ask you your favorite teacher was. Mr. Pisati, I'm not going to ask you that. But yeah, what was it?
It actually was you. Okay, number one. All jokes aside, it was. I'm not kidding.
Hey, you know what? She's not alone. Okay. Kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead. What did you get out of this place?
So St. Thomas to me was a huge change because I had come from Catholic school, St. Gregory's. And so to go from St. Gregory's, where it was very small and sheltered, to come here, I was super nervous to join a bigger community and join a bigger school where there was a lot of kids like I didn't know where they were coming from. And I'm kind of like an introvert, extrovert, like I'm kind of can be both.
Yeah.
And so coming into a new school with a lot of new people was a really scary experience for me. And I think I really felt comfortable here pretty quickly, which was surprising for me because I thought that I was going to be a lot more like scared and nervous and stressed for like several years, and I wasn't. I met a lot of people my freshman year that really made me feel safe and comfortable and supported and cared for. And I met teachers like Mr. B, where I could laugh, but also learn, but also kind of talk to as a real human to human connection. Like, you know, a lot of times you have teachers and they do their job and then they go home. And then you have like the real professors of life that they will actually connect with you on a person to person level and make you feel like you're not just someone that is in their class that year. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I always remember talking with you because there was one time we went, I think my mom told me that, or maybe I was with her. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a parent-teacher meeting. And you told my mom something that you would be happy if your daughter was like me. And I still remember these like statements and these times because it does make a difference, and it did make a difference to contribute to the overall sense of community that I had here, where I felt safe and I felt cared for, and I felt like I had friends, you know, and I could be social, but you know, it was in a way that was comfortable for me. So I think coming from such a close-knit community where obviously sports were a big deal, but like if you weren't in sports, at least when I was there, like it didn't feel like the end of the world, like you were a loser or like you didn't belong. Like there were a lot of people that did art and that did music and that did obviously football and soccer, and so like you had such a wide variety of people that you could talk to and you could be friends with. And I think it really fostered my growth because I made lifelong friends, but I also found somewhere that I could come back to. Like I haven't been here in 15 years, but there wasn't a year that went by that I wasn't like, I love my high school, and if I ever need to go back or want to go back, I would be happy to. And I don't think a lot of people can say that about their high school.
I don't know, but some funny moments for me on the tour with Kristen, Dr. Diaz, was the Smith building was actually here when Kristen was here. It was built in 2007, but it has been reconfigured a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And in my position now, certainly this school, we all love the school. So there's many dimensions to the school as far as spiritual dimension. The academics are certainly very impressive, the formation, and of course the athletics. But just spending time with you with Coach Russell in those, Coach Russell has these kind of like, how would you characterize them? They're like first class airport chairs, or like, I don't know, they're retractable. Yeah, have you been in them? You guys? Yeah, so they're kind of cool hanging out with Coach Russell too, hearing his
I felt like I was in El Dorado, but like the best way. like the El Dorado chair. It's like so comfortable.
Oh,
like,
I was like El Dorado. I've traveled a bit to like El Dorado. I've never been there. Is that like in Mexico somewhere? Is
no,
it
like
cold
a
there?
furniture store.
Oh, okay.
Like El Dorado comforter, like comfortable.
Yeah,
like they want you to sit there for like an hour, like with your feet up, like try out the furniture. Like I
almost felt stupid for a second. I was like El Dorado. I have to go. Where's it at? Is it South America? No. I'm going. Indiana Jones, right? No. What on this tour? I don't know if I'm pronouncing tour the right way. Tour. On the tour, like, was there one thing that hit you on the tour? You're like, whoa. Or and conversely, was there one thing that's familiar to you?
So I think I feel like the school looks very similar in the sense that I remember it being a very outdoor school, and I remember being hot all the time. Like I was always sweaty, and now there's a lot more interior, and there's a lot more like that whole area that I get that you told me it used to be open and they closed it.
They closed it, AC. I'm talking about where the video cameras are, where the JV locker room is, and the athletic they enclosed all that in. They kind of drywalled it and they put the video screens up. So that was kind of like
the video screens are awesome. Yeah. That's super cool.
So was that the one thing you were like, whoa?
Well, that like was a new one for me, and also the video screens like out in front. With the TVs where they have like the graduates and stuff.
It's been around for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. But everything is like nicely decorated. It seems new. It seems like it's been well taken care of. I mean,
one thing one criticism I have of the school is the tech department. Like the tech people aren't very friendly. They don't want sometimes tech doesn't get it done. Just this wouldn't be. I don't know what you want to call this. People think this podcast is not like of a serious quality, and I've kind of proceeded down regardless of the aesthetic. Because some of the professional aesthetic people are like, that aesthetic's wrong. I'm just like, no, you don't understand. It's about the guest. You know what I mean? If the guest is right, then it doesn't matter. So, so we had the shocking, familiar. I mean.
I also thought it was quieter. I feel like it's quieter now. Like, but I think that it stems a lot from like, I remember early memories of like being a freshman, and I think getting into the school and being like so little, like I was like so small, and I feel like everyone was bigger than me, and I always remember like crowded hallways, and everyone was like such like hustle bustle, and like I remember the bell going off and like freaking out if I wasn't seated like in my next class when the bell went off.
I feel like you're almost talking about the school like you're Jason Bourne and you have amnesia, but you're doing this echo feedback memories of like the bell, and then like you're in this hallway and people are pinballing you.
I have a very sensory like memory, like that's how I remember things.
We didn't. I should, if you'd like, I'll take the camera with us too. We can go out during one of the bell changes. We can stand like in one of those cross sections, and it literally is like a migration crossing of different.
That's scary.
I mean, it's a pinball machine.
I feel like we're gonna be in Shibuya. The crossing?
I don't know, where is that?
To Japan.
Oh,
the big
I was like, I didn't want to like make the mistake of El Dorado again. Like, is it a person, place, is it a thing? Like, what is it? What's it called?
Shibuya, like Crossway.
I'm not familiar. See, I'm just untraveled.
I feel
not
like...
really. Just not paying attention when I travel.
You talk very, very well. Like how you explain stuff.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
People related to you a lot.
I appreciate that.
I was actually upset over here because I felt like that you guys were like, I was absorbing it. Like, you are a great speaker. I know you guys were absorbed, but your absorption, your energy kind of took away from my freestyle. But it's a
my bad. Well, no, because I also came from St. Gregory. And
Do you want to get on camera, Haley?
Oh, me?
Yeah, well, I mean, you also came from.
Join in.
Yeah, get in there.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that like I also came from St. Gregory, but coming into St. Thomas, it was during COVID, and I think also Shalia too. You were coming in.
I came from a public school, so that was a shift for me too.
Mm-hmm. But then also we were online for your high school and my high school, some part of high school too.
No, it just missed me. I graduated right before everybody went online.
You got lucky.
I did.
But I went from St. Gregory to being freshman year all online. Mm-hmm. So technically my sophomore year.
COVID? You're talking about COVID time?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was college for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. College was online.
But then technically that would be my sophomore year would be my first real year here. So I feel like coming in here I mean, like, well, it's my second year, but really it's my first year.
Yeah.
It's very intimidating.
What did they do for COVID here? Did you guys close, or how did it work?
I can talk to that. We had the first semester we closed. We went totally online, and every
No sports events, nothing.
No.
Everything out.
Everything was virtual.
Wow.
Towards like the end of, well, for my freshman year, towards the end of the year, like the second semester, they started incorporating hybrid.
Yeah, segments. So some people would be offline, and they had social distancing in the classrooms and in the cafeteria and everywhere. Yeah, so it's almost like it's something that you want to forget in terms of like having to manage it and having to go through it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the way you were talking about that, it was very relatable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was definitely a
we were looking at each other
in a big pond too, and it was. I didn't know anyone too.
Yeah.
I think only like maybe less than 10 kids was coming from my middle school.
Right.
Everyone else was coming from St. Gregory, and like everybody had friends. They knew each other, and I was just like, oh shoot, like, I don't know anybody. It was so nerve-wracking. I felt the same way. Yeah, and then I met friends. I was in the band. I wasn't an athlete either, so I was like, I'm not popular. Like if you weren't in sports, you're like, shoot, like I'm not as important as everybody else, but I still felt just as important as them.
Right.
And I found my niche. I found my thing, and that was band. And I loved the marching band. I met my best friends through there, and I had a good time, and I felt seen and supported. And I have teachers here too. I have Mr. Bradford, as you know, the band director that I got really close with. I still talk to him today, and he actually helped me get this position too. So it was a full 360, full circle moment.
And then the whole high school experience felt fast at that point.
Oh yeah,
once you meet people. And you
of course, yeah. And then it's like you're on the stage and you're crying. You're like, oh my god, this is the end. And it's like you remember when you first started, and it's just crazy.
There's a lot of growth, I think, that happens between the ages of like 14 and 18, right? That you're here. That's about the time range. And I think because everyone, like, you're going through puberty and you're going through all of a sudden getting a driver's license, and then you're applying for college, and then you're figuring out like your hobbies, and you're figuring out who you are. There's a lot of development that I think happens in high school, and I think to do it here where like nothing really bad happens, you know, like I had my 4 years here, and like I had like basically like nothing bad ever happened, and that was like so nice to always come in and be like and feel safe here. And you know, I think when you have so much turmoil going on with like your physical development, emotional development, you need that. Like you need a space that is so stable and that is so comforting that like that's how you're able to flourish, because when you don't have that stability or that safety, you don't have the ability to grow into who you want to be. And you know, going back to your original question, I think it definitely makes a super big impact to where you go to high school. I think it's almost more important than your university or your college, because it's your formative years. And so I definitely feel that I got to where I am now, and I am who I am now because of the support that I've had growing up, and because of the community that I've had growing up. And you know, it's a part of the reason why I'm even comfortable reaching out to Mr. B and being like, hey, like, you know, let's catch up, let's talk. How are you? And you know, laughing about running into each other in Israel, which is such a random place to run into someone from high school.
I know.
So yeah, I can definitely relate to what you guys.
That was so well said.
Yeah, that's.
I just want to focus for a second. Shalia's off camera, but she said this cool word, niche. Like not everyone says that word. I don't really know what it means. I think it means narrow, but I think that's what it means. But it's a cool word, Shalia. No one can see us talking right now.
No.
But speaking of niche, Kristen, your practice. What's the name of your practice? Where is it at? And then like what's going to separate you and your practice?
So my practice name is actually a little bit of a mouthful. I didn't choose it, but I've now embraced it. It's called Periodontal and Implant Excellence. But
hold on for a second. Say that 10 times faster.
Yeah, exactly.
I can.
You can.
Can you say it again?
Periodontal and Implant Excellence.
All right, cool.
So we're located in West Palm Beach. We're right off of Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard.
Okay.
So basically, if you shorten it, it's PIE, P-I-E. So what I'm trying to do in like my business cards, I'm trying to like push PIE, but it's funny because I kind of use this as a way to get someone engaged. So I'd be like, oh, I'm from like Pi Dental, and everyone's like, Pi what? You know what I mean? Like everyone thinks it's like a food or it's,
no, I'm thinking of that symbol pi.
Right. The math sign.
Yeah, which means you like how to measure a circle.
There you go.
Good job.
I just made that up. No, but the bottom line too is seriously, you did look at my teeth.
Of course, I look at everyone's teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I just tell the viewers out there, the St. Thomas community, or the two people that are going to watch this, you can go ahead and give me a grade of my teeth. Okay, grade them out. No, like ABC or D or F.
You're an A. You're an A plus. Don't worry about it.
Bam! You hear that? Boom! Drop. Mic drop. All my books. Hey. Yeah, cool.
Of course, I look at everyone's teeth. I look at everyone's smile.
Yeah.
It tells me a lot about a person, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you're like, if I look at gums, is what I do. But if your gums are bright red and they're puffy and they're inflamed, like that tells me something that that maybe you're not quite paying attention to your oral health. And why aren't you paying attention to your oral health? There's something else going on. So I will go on a spiral about it.
I just noticed while you were talking about it, both Haley and Shalea's mouths were completely locked closed. They weren't letting you in visually. They're like this. I was open, but it's no big deal. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we can keep on going, man. This is how it usually works.
Oh.
No, there's no kind of. It's just a free association. Do you have do you have a memory from high school that maybe you're like, whoa, that was great? Or do you have, what was your biggest angst maybe at St. Thomas?
So I would, off the top of my head, what I'm remembering right now is the fact that I didn't like football, but I would still go to the Friday night games because it was a big social event. Like it was so much fun. You would hang out at the bleachers and behind the bleachers, and then you'd go and you'd get the concession stand goodies, and then you'd maybe watch the end of the game if they were about to win, or if it was like a close game, like you maybe stick around and watch. But I'm thinking about that a lot.
When I graduated, in 1926, we didn't have that. We just kind of left. In 1986, not in 26.
I was gonna say
that's a long time.
You didn't see my eyes off camera, but I was pretty shocked.
I think the camera saw me.
Yeah. We're gonna keep that part on to get Haley's reaction. Well, do you guys have any questions for Dr. Diaz?
I just think it's cool hearing your perspective and then also relating it to us and how it's relatable still.
Yeah.
Do you have any message for today's St. Thomas student?
Enjoy it. Like everyone is so quick to be like, oh my god, I can't wait to get out of here and go to college. It's gonna be so much better. Slow down. Like slow down. Enjoy where you are. Things are so good. Absorb it. You will never have a high school again. It's 4 years and then it's done and then it's over, and then your life is different again. Every phase of your life, you're gonna go through something. Just enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Don't rush to get to the next step. It's because you don't enjoy anything when you're sitting there wondering about, I have to go do this and I gotta go there and I wanna be here. If you're always future thinking, you're never really in the present and you're never really focused on how good you have it now. Like, it's so nice to have your best friends around you all the time. It is so nice to live near your best friends. It is so nice to have your parents pick you up from school. I loved that.
Yeah.
I loved my mom driving from Miami to work and then from work here, picking me up and being like, how was school today? Like, you will never have that again. You will never have your mom or your dad or your cousin or whatever, like, pick you up and be like, hey, how'd you do on that test? Hey, do you want to go dress shopping for the dance, the homecoming, or the prom? Like, That is so special.
And then when you go off to college, you take it for granted.
Right. And then you're, college is a whole different experience of your life, and it's very different from here. You're very cared for, and then college you're more on your own, which is wonderful in and of itself because you need that. You need that freedom and that separation. You need that growth. But to be here and be so taken care of, it's something that it will stay with you for the rest of your life, and it's something that you really, really got to cherish because it's not forever.
That's a great perspective. I feel like I've wasted all of my life after that Kristen's talk or Dr. Diaz because I've been future oriented my entire life. So I'm going to reflect. I'm going to reflect now. Yeah. There's still time for me, Shalia. And also,
I'm saying it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're not the only one. That's
Thanks.
But it's.
I was also worried my foot was in the shot over here. So I'm going to take my foot out of the shot. Also, this is bringing me back to class.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Like a little bit.
Being here with you.
What did you teach?
I don't know. No, world history. No, world history. I taught social studies.
That's a little concerning.
Well, yeah, I taught honors world history for a little bit. But then just one more question, Kristen.
Yeah.
Because I'm noticing this here, and obviously we have the tech department here, networking and tech, holding the school up in terms of, because technology is the platform by which we learn now. This is not like there's still those notebooks and stuff and pencils and pens, but it's not. That's not the primary. We wouldn't be able to operate without our technology.
Right.
Yeah.
So in your profession, in your field, or just in general, because technology is such an important issue today, what do you see in the next 1, 3, 5, 10 years in your field in terms of technology?
So that's a great question.
I feel like I should be doing this for a living, but go ahead.
You 100% should.
Okay.
I feel like we should be switching places.
You want to switch again?
Yeah.
I want to jump. I
feel like you should be in the shop.
No, I just wanted to do some airtime. Shalia, you want to jump in here for a second?
No, I'm okay.
All right, man. I don't like attention either. Okay. I just brought my homework with me. So I feel like things are happening so fast.
Right.
And then we're on a hockey stick of change. And getting back to my history roots, if you look at world history, right? I mean, world history for the majority of human being history for the last 3,000 years is very, very flat. And you get into like 500 years ago, it's a little bit of a curve. And you get into 50 years ago, we talked about when I saw the first computer in 1985 as a 17-year-old, you're kind of getting up on the hockey stick. And now it's just like,
right.
You have the power of, I'm not creating this slogan, but it's, somebody once said this recently: medieval institutions, our legal system, our government institutions, they're out of the Middle Ages, our some of our education is out of the Middle Ages or in classical times. Medieval institutions, Paleolithic emotions, in the reality, we are made in the image and likeness of God, but we still are, we have these emotions inside us from our ancestral days, 10,000, 20,000 years ago, right? Godlike technology, which keeps on. So in this godlike technology atmosphere we're living in your field, give us a little snapshot 3, 5, 10 years out.
Well, I think it's interesting because I started dental school and they teach you from basically like the caveman days how to do things.
And
you go from here all the way into digital, right? And even while I was in residency, which I graduated from residency in 2022, not a long time ago, and it was not as digital as it is now. So, for instance, when I was in my residency, we were not doing a ton of digital procedures. Like, we had the technology and it was there and it was available, but it wasn't as utilized as it is now. So, for instance, we sometimes, to place implants, we make ourselves guides, and these are surgically planned and they're 3D printed. We had the technology to do it when I was a resident, but it wasn't almost like
ubiquitous.
It was.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a.
Can't spell it.
Like, it was kind of this thing where it's like, okay, the technology is here. Do you want to use it? And a lot of us were like, no, we don't want to use it because we want to learn freehand implant placement, or we want to learn how to still do everything with our hands ourselves, which is valuable. But I look at the residents now, because I teach there on Fridays. I'm actually going to go there now. And they do digital everything. They print their own guides. They print their own, like they take their own scans. They merge the files, like STI files with the DICOM. And like, it is a real separate job that they're doing, because they're essentially acting as a lab tech and also a dentist. And they're taking this and they're making their own guides. And I think it's so impressive, to be honest. But the change to your question is so rapid that the wave is already here. The wave is not coming, it's here, you're in it. And so if you don't hop on board and you don't get onto digital dentistry and you don't utilize AI and you don't play around with the internet, you are behind. You will not thrive. Yeah. It is, so AI has taken the world by storm, obviously, the last year, let's say, right? Where everyone's using ChatGPT for everything, and you're almost going to ChatGPT more than you go to Google. Like, you're asking it questions about social situations and personal and finance and analysis. So you can ask it anything, and it is so important now that you know how to utilize the technology, that it is essentially creating obsolete dentists, like, as we speak. Mm-hmm. And these are dentists that are not bad, and they know what they're doing, but they didn't keep up, and so they were left behind.
If you saw my the expulsion of breath and a little bit of frustration, which I don't like to show normally, it's because I certainly didn't create AI, but when there's a New York Times podcast where I saw it in 2022, mm-hmm. I even talked about it to my family. I said, this is going to change the world. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that. You're echoing what I'm intuitive. You're an empirical, tangible sense of this. Mine's more kind of intuitive, where I feel like this is going to be earth-shaking. It's either get on or get left behind.
Right.
I just have one final question for you. I'm not sure that my audience knows that you do jiu-jitsu. And as I told you before, that as you get there was a time when maybe I felt like, I don't know, I could be in a mountain in a wild, running across a mountaintop and be fine and be okay and survive that. I just feel like if they put us in the gym right now, right, at our respective, wherever we're at athletically and with our martial arts, I have no martial arts skills with jiu-jitsu. Do you feel like if they gave you 5 minutes, you could put me in a headlock and keep me there in front of the whole student body?
Absolutely.
I knew it. I believe it too. So, I don't have any questions for us.
No, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I appreciate it.